Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jaja the GOAT. It's a beautiful Friday, the 5th of December. Happy holidays. You see your boy. The hair's still keeping up now, yo. The hair keeping up. I ran 6 miles this week, or the last 2 days, the last one day. I ran 6 miles. I'm keeping up. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment. I just started my stream. Y'all get in here, man. Or, well, this is an early stream Friday, but yeah, we got Neil deGrasse Tyson eats his last meal. I love these last meal videos because it's like they're just cool, they're fun. So let's see what Neil likes. No, it's not looking too good. Ooh, shit, that's loud.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. Today's guest is the director of the Hayden Planetarium, the host of Star Talk Radio, and the author of more than a dozen books, the latest of which, Just Visiting This Planet, is out now. He's your own personal astrophysicist, and perhaps most impressively, he finished second place in his 8th grade science fair. Neil deGrasse Tyson, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Neil, you're 13 or 14 years old, and you build a spectroscope from scratch to prove that moonlight and sunlight are identical, and you come in second. Who's the person that came in first, and what are they doing now?
It's some guy who grew beans. And it had words that were very biological. I remember the word cotyledon. None of my words were obscure, because in astrophysics, we call things as we see them.
The Big Bang.
Thank you. Okay, the beginning of time, space, Big Bang.
It's so understated.
You fall into this region of space. You don't come out. Light can't come out. Black hole. Okay. There's spots on the sun. You know what we call them?
I don't have a guess.
Sunspots.
Oh my God! Steve, stop using Latin on me, Neil.
You've heard of sunspots. Jupiter has a red spot. We call it Jupiter's red spot.
Facts.
So,
That's facts.
a spectroscope, that was maybe the only complicated word, but we had light, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. I built it from scratch, had a prism. We've heard the word, you know the word prism. So I don't think it had complicated enough words in it to attract the judges. But regardless, I didn't mind coming in second, but I have no idea what this other kid is doing today.
Comment below if you're that winner.
I'm glad that such a show as this exists in the world. Not enough people spend time contemplating their own
Demise.
death. I'm 2/3 of the way through my life, if you check actuarial tables.
Surely the actuarial tables give you an idea of how long you can live, but also there's what I call the bus theorem, which is that you can get hit by a bus at any time.
Yo, when Neil deGrasse Tyson passes away, bro, I'm gonna be distraught. Bro, I'm gonna be so sad. He's one of our ghosts, bro. In everybody's community, especially the black community.
I'm not getting hit by a bus. Buses don't sneak up on you.
And Bill Nye too, bro. I'm gonna be crying.
Maybe
Buses
a
don't
giant
sneak
predatory
up on you.
bird or something, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. A California condor, perhaps. Just pick you up and whisk you away.
Yeah, they got big wingspans, those condors, yeah.
They really do. Watch out for those, if not buses. Have you thought about your last meal before?
Yes, I have.
Interesting. In what context?
I asked myself, would I order like the most expensive things that I can possibly imagine? But that would imply I wouldn't otherwise have that food in my life.
Yeah.
So my whole attitude towards a last meal changed upon realizing this. Because I care a lot about food, so does my wife. My kids love this fact.
They're the beneficiaries.
Because they've eaten at other people's homes,
Yep.
and they come into our house back for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why save your greatest meal for your last? Why not make at least one great meal a week, if not every day? And in doing so, when it's time for your last meal, you're chill. You say, I did that, I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me have another reason for this choice of foods, other than it being the food you've always longed to have.
That's beautiful. Make the most of your actual time on Earth
Right.
before
Correct.
it's too late. Are you ready to eat?
Now let's eat.
Let's do it.
There you go, sir. All right, what
Neil,
we
for your
got?
first course, we have the buttered corn on the cob with some extra butter on the
Okay,
side. We
W.
have a homemade corn chowder with plenty of potatoes
Corn-
and
hey,
black pepper.
y'all don't put down the. Don't put down the clam chowders, and because the clam chowder is real good, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest, especially if you get it from like Connecticut, New England area. It's fire.
And chive, and then a fully dressed Caesar salad with some
El
fresh
salad. I don't mess with salad like that. I'm just gonna be honest.
anchovies on top, homemade croutons, and Caesar dressing. Also, we do have one more surprise. You are a noted enophile, and so we got you this bottle. This is called Luce.
Luce. I know Luce.
You know Luce?
Yes.
Can I pour you a glass of
Wine, please.
Ooh,
is this
I
etched
know
or is
Luce.
it
All
labeled
right
that
now.
they glued on? Because the early bottles, it was etched. That's good enough there.
Of course.
Let me just see that. Yeah, this is a glued on label. The early ones, it's actually carved into the bottle.
no, we shouldn't
saying.
have bought this from the street vendor.
Street vendor.
The guy on the street
man.
corner with a jacket that opens
He was
it up.
selling Gucci bags and Rolexes too. But cheers.
Luce.
Luce.
Latin for?
Luce.
Light.
Yes, it is.
Latin for light. That nigga's smart. You know everything.
Hey, super Tuscan.
Where are we starting on this?
Oh, wow. Okay. Can I just do this? Is this allowed?
Oh, yes, you may. This is your last meal.
Wow, that's good. Okay.
Can I ask, is there a reason that you drink soup like that? Because I think there's a scientific case to be made.
I'm more civilized than I would normally use a spoon, but I was just testing it to see how I would then go at it.
I think the slurping
no
in the
question to
soup,
go, bro.
actually the juxtaposition
with air?
of the air
Yeah.
makes it taste better.
I'm a foodie too. You can't like
I know you are.
out foodie me here. I have fellow wine people who sip the wine and then they do that same thing with the wine.
The trilling.
Yeah, they're going.
That's what. Oh yeah, the wine tasters. The wine tasters do be doing that. They be like these, blowing on it, looking at it. Sip. You gotta
I find that completely
do
annoying.
that with the cup. Like turn the cup on the side, just let it roll. See the purity of it. Pull your dick out. Fuck the wine. See it. I'm joking.
My
No,
favorite
they be doing the most.
is when they go.
Just swallow the damn
bro,
thing.
right.
Taste it
Gargling,
and swallow
doing tricks on it.
Okay.
Straight be doing tricks
So
on the
some are
wine, bro.
darker yellow than others. Anything I should know about that?
Not that I know of.
Try
I
this
believe
one.
this is the varietal's called Brentwood corn.
Brentwood. By the way, at my house, they never taught us to chew with our mouth closed.
I love that.
So we go to other people's places and they want to, and we're up there. It tastes.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's first L, I think.
Way better with your mouth open, for sure.
Because of
Air.
Oh, nigga, please.
this is what I'm talking. The OG
Season the
foodie.
food, bro. The season of food, bro. You could breathe into your
Wrestling
mouth, but
From
don't
a
chew
young
it.
age influenced the rest of your career. Because I know with my athletic career, like I took a tremendous amount of value from it.
What did you do athletically?
So I did shot put, discus, and hammer throw.
Are these are full 16-pound shot books?
Yeah, 16
mhm.
pounds. But I have these tiny hands, so I wasn't that good at it, but managed to do it at UCLA. The biggest lesson I learned.
Let me see your hand.
Oh my God, Neil, you ever throw discus?
No, I wrestled. Yeah, so how did you hold the shot book?
As best I could. And not that well.
It didn't just fall out of your hand?
I was what we called a bronze medal athlete. I was fighting for third in every meet, and I was fine with that. First and second way out
No,
there.
that's an important, humble place to be.
I agree
Because you're
entirely.
still succeeding, but you don't have coming in first as a distraction.
No.
For you.
Not at
Yeah,
all. It was
very
me
good.
against me.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad. I mean, Neil. But I learned very quickly how to be uncomfortable and how to be okay with that, which was something that was very valuable to me in the rest of my life. That you're going to be uncomfortable and know that it's for the greater good. And the
Yes.
benefit of you. What did you learn from wrestling?
So, wrestling, it is the hardest thing I've ever done with my body. And I wondered, would others think this? So I started asking. I go to random people who were sports people and say, what is the hardest sport you've ever done? If they have wrestled, the answer is wrestling.
Yeah.
100% of the cases.
It's facts.
Let me tell you how serious it was.
Combat's no joke.
At the end of one match, I was so exhausted. I could not hold my pee. And I'm flat on the mat, and like the pee is coming out. I have no muscle left. And you realize you need muscle to hold pee in, okay?
An incredible scientific discovery.
In fact, when you die, all your sphincters open up and pee and poop just slides out of you. And what's that movie, 21 grams? Where you die and they say you're 21 grams less.
Oh yeah.
And that's your soul that goes up to
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever. Yeah,
I missed that one.
You missed that movie? Yeah, that's the premise of it. You got to get out more.
I
dude.
know,
Just
I swear
in the
I
kitchen
do.
here. Get out, okay? All right. So Do you know how much 21 grams is?
0.75 ounces.
Yeah, that's about right. Two-thirds of an ounce of pee is in you, multiples more than that is in you at any given time. You die, it just spills out of you. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna measure 21 grams and then ascribe that to your soul going to heaven?
Yeah.
Or wherever?
Damn.
So, now why am I talking about this? I don't remember.
Well, you're talking about pissing yourself after
Thank
wrestling
you.
because you're so exhausted. Yeah, which is incredible.
But I have no
Watch this
muscle
anymore.
things left at all.
Neil, you have a new book out. It's called Just Visiting This Planet.
Just
Change the
visiting this
subject,
planet.
my nigga.
And you're writing from the perspective of Merlin, which was also your long-standing column. And you have people writing in questions that you're answering. One of my favorites from the book is when someone asked,
You actually read people's books?
I read everybody's books, yeah.
I
take the show
I'm
very
proud of
seriously.
you.
Thanks, man.
The second time this meal.
I hope we can get at least one more. It's rule of threes.
I feel very paternal now, being proud of you.
I'm looking for a father figure.
Okay.
And you're so far in the lead right now. But there was one question that asked if aliens could theoretically see our television broadcasts, and you said that.
No, this is Merlin said this.
Oh, Merlin. I'm so sorry, Merlin.
Merlin's
Oh,
a
yeah,
character.
I know.
Yeah,
Merlin's a
I'm just
character.
channeling Merlin.
Merlin said that it is theoretically possible that there is an alien civilization that has viewed all of our society through the lens of one TV show. If there was one TV show that our society could be judged on, what do you think it should be?
Well, we won't have that option because they'll just get whatever TV shows are washing over their location in the galaxy. And the earliest ones would be Howdy Doody, Amos and Andy. You will be embarrassed that if you see Amos.
You worry for us if the aliens see Amos and Andy.
Yeah, and there's the Honeymooners. You surely have seen Honeymooners. And in there, they might learn how men and women treat each other. And occasionally he says, "To the moon, Alice!" gesturing that he will hit her hard enough to send her to the moon. So the aliens will wonder, how far away is the moon? Is this a real threat? Is this how the men and women treat each other on that planet? They will see all of these broadcasts. Oh, you know what else they're going to get? They're going to get Hitler's rallies because that was on very high-powered radio broadcast in the 1930s.
Oh, no.
So you got 1930s and 40s and early 50s. That wave, that is what they're going to see. And I'm pretty sure they will conclude there's no sign of intelligent life on Earth.
Yeah, that was a rough time for humanity. But most times were also rough times for humanity.
Well, there are others. Here's some saving grace.
Okay.
The show Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead primarily was distributed by cable.
So that's not.
So it's not in the airwaves
So
going
there
out
was
to space.
The aliens will never see Succession.
That's correct.
That sucked. What a great show, man. I'm curious how you've seen your role as a science communicator over time change. Like, do you think it's more important now than, say, 20 years ago? Is there something that's more pressing in society?
Oh, yeah. Your challenges are the same.
Yeah.
Getting to people to be scientifically literate on a level where they can make informed decisions about issues and policies and laws and legislation and who they vote for.
Yeah.
If you make decisions that are scientifically misinformed or underinformed, then it's not a functioning democracy.
Yeah.
In fact, it's the seeds of the unraveling of a democracy. If everyone is voting for what they think is true, what they want to be true, what their religion, their politics, or their culture tells them to be true, rather than what is objectively true, established by the methods and tools of science, if that's what you're doing, just pick up all your things and move back to the cave, because that's where we're headed.
What do you think would happen if the scientists were in control of society, or say of a single sovereign nation, as opposed to politicians?
I don't really want that. I like politicians, good
Nigga, finish your food before you talk. My God.
politicians, and make decisions that factor what is objectively true with people's emotions. For example, are you old enough, maybe not, to remember when we dropped the national speed limit to 55 miles an hour? This was in the 1970s to save gas. If that's your goal,
Save gas.
and scientists were making rules because we're very goal-driven. You want to save gas? Drop it to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean,
See
that will
where
save
that-
even
see
more
how that
gas.
goes.
Okay? And there's a speed below which you'll start moving more gas because you're using lower gears that use more fuel. So you want to go the lowest speed that's in your highest gear. So I don't know what that is. It's different for each car. I think it's slower than 55 miles an hour. That's how the scientists would have figured this out.
Yeah.
And they just picked this number out of their ass and just put it out there. And so that's fine, but maybe no one wants to drive 30 miles an hour. You will absorb the risk of accidents because the death rate went down when that happened. And the risk taking is not something that lends itself well to blunt scientific analysis.
You must see these things as like inherently illogical. You wrote in Starry Messenger about
Thank you, a book from 2 years ago.
a book from 2 years ago, Starry Messenger, Causing Perspective on Civilization. I found it really, really meaningful. And there was a really interesting part about cougars and deer and children being eaten that I found just.
Do you remember that?
I remember that. I mean, if you want to explain it, I thought it was fascinating.
So the question is, if you live in some suburbs in the Northeast,
shout out to this guy, bro. Like, shout out because he read all the books. That's dedication. Mythical Kitchen. I forgot the dude's
Deer
name,
problem.
but that's goated, bro. W interview.
Deer population is costly to the county because there are car accidents because they jump out in front of you at night. There are so that'll injure the car. It'll injure you. People die. So you look at how many people die. Look at the total cost of all this. Say, is there a solution? We can hire a bunch of hunters and shoot them down, but that's so harsh. So someone proposed this, seriously proposed this.
What?
Why not reintroduce the population of predator cats that was once in this region of the country? Cougars, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will cull the herd so that there aren't so many deer. However, they will eat a few babies out of your yard.
The classic yard baby. Cougar jumps in, eats the yard baby.
And eats the yard baby. You might lose. There's some numbers they sketched what those numbers might be. It was fewer deaths than the car deaths. The problem is if the state puts in cougars and the cougar eats your baby, the state killed your baby.
Yep.
Whereas if a deer comes out and you die, then that's nature. So somehow we're okay if nature kills you, and we're not okay if there's an audit trail back to a governmental decision. So that's the kind of things decisions politicians would have to make. What you want is a politician who's not necessarily a scientist, but one who knows how to listen to scientists and doesn't just make their own stuff up and put it on the internet. Listen to scientists. So we'll come out every now and then, knock on our door. We'll come out of the lab. We'll tell you what the latest result is. Then we're going to go back in the lab. And you run the frickin' country, okay? So the scientists are less good at making a moral decision, but they can provide the data for you to make an informed decision related to the moral decision. And that's what I'm all for.
Tell me about the Caesar salad.
By the way, when I was in college, there's a pizza place. You can order a pizza EBA.
I'm not familiar with this acronym.
Everything but anchovies.
If you don't want your anchovies, I'll take it.
I'm going to give you these anchovies.
I would love it.
But at this moment, you don't know why, but I will give them to you nonetheless.
Was it going to change me wanting the anchovies or not?
No. It is a properly dressed Caesar salad with anchovies. The anchovies are grabbing the cheese. Some of that cheese back.
But yeah, take it's a cheese tax.
So I happen to like Caesar salad.
Yeah.
It's always satisfying to me. And I once read that Parmesan was the king of cheeses back when people still gendered food. They don't do that anymore. Have you noticed they don't gender the food anymore? It's no longer king size.
Really?
It's sharing size.
Wow.
Haven't you noticed? Get out! Would you?
I feel like
I
I
know
don't
that's
leave your house.
facts, though. That's facts, bro. I went to the grocery store. I was like, yeah, actually, well, I guess, but I guess with the cereal too. I don't know if there's ever a king size cereal, but I feel like in other things they definitely changed that. They better keep. They ain't changing the beds now. They ain't changing the beds, though, is they?
Just these things.
I don't
Does someone
care.
else do your shopping?
No, I do all of my shopping.
Go
There's
buy
no
a big
cereal.
bag of potato chips.
Yep.
It'll say sharing size, not king size.
Well, it used to be party size on the chips, but
Yeah,
king
party
size was
size.
candy bars.
Yeah,
Now it says
size,
sharing
candy
size, but
bars.
that was so that they could then have plausible deniability to say it was multiple servings in there.
Yeah.
So that was purely a PR move. I
Right.
don't think it had anything to do with anti.
I think it had everything to do with being woke.
You think it was?
Yeah.
Neil, you think woke took king size 100 grand bars?
No,
from
no,
us?
wait. So you're mixing the two. The candy bars, I get it.
Okay.
Sharing says then they say it's half the calories, but they did that anyway. with large bars, they say, oh, this is 6 servings. You lying mofos. This is, right?
Yes, I agree with that.
Right. So I'm saying that happened around when it was the woke thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's not going to reverse. It's going to stay that way.
Do you think that's ultimately a good thing, a bad thing, or do you not meddle in those affairs?
Merlin has no gender.
Yeah.
There's no reference to Merlin's gender anywhere in this book, or it's the first of its book, which came out last year. So I've been thinking about sort of gender-free communication and a world since the 1980s.
Ready to move on to course number 2?
Isn't this the second? Oh, this whole thing is a course.
This is one course.
No, sure. Let's do it.
Neil, for the main course of your final meal, we have the moosewood lasagna. This is a very specific recipe that I'll talk a little bit more about later. I'm sure you have a story about it. We have some garlic bread. We have green beans with sliced almonds. And then we have your absolute favorite vintage Willamette Valley Pinot that you definitely asked for. Can I pour you up a glass?
Please. Yes. We see the lighter color. The second word of Pinot Noir means black. And yet this wine is much, much lighter than...
Another glass, y'all. Keep track count. Hey, the more he drinks, the more Wiki gonna say. He gonna say some crazy stuff. Watch.
all of the Cabernet-based wines.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this moosewood lasagna here because
What?
this is a very famous restaurant and cookbook.
Yes, from Ithaca, New York.
Ithaca, New York.
Yeah.
Did you
And-
go to the original moosewood restaurant?
Never. I never did.
How did this cross your mind?
Because my wife made many recipes from it, and I will be comparing this to her version of it.
I'm so curious. Please dig in. I don't want to stop you.
This has, should be spinach in here, other greens. There's no meat.
There's no
in this.
meat. No.
Yes,
No,
correct.
moosewood is an entirely vegetarian restaurant.
That's
Really,
right. That's correct. By the way, are you going to put your napkin on your lap? You tell me you're a food person, and you're not going to be your mother. Put on your napkin.
Man, this is the downside of finding a new father figure. Is suddenly becomes a stern disciplinarian right away. Didn't even play catch yet. I think you can directly trace the existence of this lasagna to the photo Earthrise from the 1968 Apollo 8 mission. Because you write very beautifully in Starry Messenger, I'm bringing that back up, about the modern environmentalism movement and how a lot of that can be sort of traced to 1968's Apollo 8 mission and people finally seeing this zoomed out view of Earth.
Wow.
And so Moosewood, the restaurant, started in 1973. The cookbook was written in 1974, and the cookbook became so popular. Your wife found that cookbook because of all the countercultural movements.
And the cookbook was of the restaurant's best dishes.
Yeah.
And we went to the moon from 1968 to 1972, and we were changed.
Yeah, and it takes a year to write a cookbook.
As a culture, we were changed. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily connected these two, because the environmental movement was not specifically let's all be vegetarian.
Sure.
But if the mood feels right and and the firmware upgrade that descended upon us, laying witness to Earth, seen as only nature intends, with oceans and land and clouds, not the color-coded countries that were on the schoolroom globe.
Yeah.
Which in my later years, I'm thinking they color-coded them to train you, to brainwash you into recognizing who your friends were and who your enemies were.
Yeah.
Political brainwashing, and I'm thinking Earth is not that. These are mind-shifting things. People say, why are we going into space? It costs $100 billion. I say, how much is the universe worth to you? How much is it worth to you for those images to have changed the world in our understanding of our relationship to each other, to all other people on Earth, and to Earth itself?
Seems cheap at that point.
Yes.
Right, affordable. If everybody got the ability to go into space and see the Earth themselves from a first-person perspective.
It's not everybody. Just send all the politicians.
I mean, do you think the world would
Send the leader of every country into space, and we don't bring him back until they all agree on something.
Oh, snap.
sending the kids to the room until they
Hey.
figure it out?
That's W right there.
I mean, you actually think that would change the world very, very deeply?
When you go out to the moon, that is a deep and true cosmic perspective. May I quote astronaut Edgar Mitchell? Apollo 14, died a few years ago, deeply moved by his lunar experience. Interviewed in Time magazine, 1971, he said, "You develop an instant global consciousness a people orientation, an intense dissatisfaction with the state of the world, and a compulsion to do something about it. From out there on the moon, international politics looks so petty, you want to grab a politician by the scruff of the neck and drag him 250,000 miles out and say, look at that, you son of a bitch.
Damn.
I don't know. That was great. Well said. I don't know why I want to cringe so bad right now. Look at his face. Oh, glad. They thought it was a bar right there.
Better not, you know.
He was feeling it.
Sure was. You were
Obviously.
feeling it right there, too. I was feeling it. We're all feeling it.
Yeah.
We're all
Here's
feeling it
another
now,
quote from
buddy.
a spacewalker,
Thanks a
I believe
lot.
Mike Massimino. He said, at first I looked down to the earth and I said, this must be the view from heaven. And then I thought, no, this is the view of heaven. There's a beautiful blend between metaphor and science and like feeling and hard facts. How do you square, whether you believe in the idea of a miracle, we still all have words for them to describe what I would say are scientific phenomenon. How do you square those two things, or do you have to? Can you simply live in that world where, yes, this is heaven and that's a beautiful metaphor, whereas for some, that's very literal?
You bring up God. Have you ever looked up God on the wiki page?
Nope.
There's a scroll. It goes on almost forever. How many gods throughout civilization humans have worshipped?
Yeah.
So when you say, is there room for God? I might ask, which God are you thinking about?
Right.
You have one in mind?
The Cartesian blind clockmaker god simply invented the universe, stepped back, let us do whatever laws of physics still apply.
That's more like Spinoza's God. Spinoza, a Jewish theologian. He imagined God just created everything, set it into motion, but that would include the laws of physics and everything. Okay.
Gotcha.
The blind watchmaker, that's a different level. That's William Paley wrote a book called Natural Theology to contrast with natural philosophy, which is physics, basically.
Yeah.
Natural theology was an attempt to read nature and find God in the reading of nature, which nobody is doing when they're reading biblical Genesis. In there, he references a watch. You're in the woods, you come upon a watch. Did that just assemble from random forces? Or did someone make it and put it there? And you know when your intuition tells you, you're not going to make gears by accident and have them accidentally be blown together in a hurricane and have a ticking watch. Clearly there was intelligence behind that. He then claimed that nature was writ with examples such as that, betraying or revealing an intelligence. What's not fully explained there is he's referencing things we didn't yet understand about the natural world.
Is the term God of the gaps?
That's
Is that what
exactly it.
There's a gap in it.
If you don't understand it, I don't. This is kind of complex. This is an amazing, complex thing. I don't understand it. I don't know how it could have
Divined by the
gotten here.
gods. Divined by the gods.
So the gods must have, God or gods must have done it. That's philosophers call it the God of the gaps, and it's a time-honored tradition. No one invoked God to explain a rock, but the orbits of the planets. One of my favorite quotes is from Ptolemy, so Almagest, which is Arabic for the greatest. So in this work, he doesn't understand. It codifies the geocentric universe, Earth in the middle. Well, how do you do that? Well, planets go forward in the sky, slow down, and then they go backwards, and then they slow down and they go forwards again. And they repeat, what are you doing? No one understood this, so they invented epicycles. He didn't really understand it, but he was trying to explain it. So in the margin of his book, he writes the following. When I trace at my pleasure the windings to and fro of the heavenly bodies, he's referring to the planets doing it. I no longer touch earth with my feet. I stand in the presence of Zeus himself and take my fill of ambrosia.
Damn.
Damn. Oh, look at he said another bar. He feeling that shit. This is how you rap.
He was feeling it.
He was feeling it.
Loving my people who
I
are
was
feeling
feeling
it.
it.
Yeah.
Then Newton explains all that. But Newton comes with a heliocentric, sun-centered system. But then there's something he can't explain. He said, well, God must step in and do that.
Yeah.
So everybody's doing it. So you want to talk about miracles. If to you, miracles are things that we don't understand, maybe God suspended the laws of physics, or maybe it will yield to further scientific inquiry.
Yeah.
The history of science is one where science has never said, yep, God did this.
Yeah. Which has
Yes, this is actually magic. Yes, this is actually, that hasn't happened yet. So I'm not going forward presuming it will.
I mean, which is historically why specifically astronomy has been considered so heretical.
Yes.
You look at, I mean,
Look, we're
Galileo,
looking up,
Copernicus.
gods are in the heavens. We're looking up in the heavens.
Even like the metaphor of the heliocentric universe was something that was so heretical because we were no longer the center of it.
That's correct.
And you yourself, I mean, you've tread in dangerous territory. You killed Pluto, and you got.
Pluto had a comment. Get over it.
And you got Neil. Hold on,
damn.
we have a lot of people. This means a lot to you. In this room, hordes of angry 9-year-olds sending you letters in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they were like 8-year-olds too. Yeah, yeah. In 2000, yeah, in the early 2000s. I have a file cabinet drawer, a pissed off crayon scrawled. You're not gonna say, why did you demote Pluto? Pluto's my favorite planet. Now I don't have a favorite planet. Here's what Pluto looks like. Put it back in the exhibit. I mean, people were giving commandments to change what's going on. The next generation, they're born into this fact, and they're cool with it.
All of us, Neil. All of us grew up with Pluto as a planet in this
So
room.
you were in 4th grade when this happened. I have a letter from you.
I think a lot of people took it as, quote, I've heard an attack on smallness. I've heard from people in this room, it proved that everything I grew up with was a lie. Do you have to like worry about these heavy attachments to what to you, I'm sure, are
It's
objective
a fault of how
truths?
science was taught.
Interesting.
You're taught there are 9 planets.
Yo, be real, y'all. Did y'all really actually give a fuck about that? Like honestly, like niggas actually cared about Pluto not being a planet. Like I remember I heard about it, but I was like, okay, nigga, like I still gotta pay taxes. You know, that was me thinking as a little nigga too. Like I didn't even have to pay taxes yet, but I was like, still gotta pay taxes, still gotta go to school. Shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, still got everything. Nothing changed, nigga. You're insignificant.
That's not how it should have ever been taught.
Ain't shit changed, bro.
So there are rocky planets,
what
there
we
are
think
gaseous
changed.
planets. And then there's one odd ice
Think
ball
about
called
that.
Pluto. We don't know what that is. Well, call it a planet for now.
But surely it's as big as the other planets, right? Surely, Neil. Because I saw it on the thing that I made in 3rd grade, it was as big as the other planet.
Our moon has 5 times the mass of Pluto.
Ah, shit.
Deal with it.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Do you know half of Pluto is made of ice? You bring it to where Earth is right now, heat from the sun would evaporate that ice and it would grow a tail. And there's no kind of behavior for planets.
Can I offer you some green beans?
No, please.
I'm really curious. Have you read a book called 7 Eves? 7 Eves by Neil Stephenson.
I have been emailed by people who said, have I ever read 7 Eves by Neil Stephenson? Everyone says that I'm in it.
You're in it.
Either me or someone like me, or but so I confess, I read mostly nonfiction, almost exclusively nonfiction, and I wait for the movie to come out if it's fiction. So
I hope they make a movie.
7 Eves is not a movie, so I haven't seen it yet.
I hope
I'm
you see
waiting
it.
around.
You are in it. You are portrayed very well. You die a hero. Spoiler alerts.
What? Now you're telling me that? It's my last meal. Okay. Okay.
But Neil Stephenson introduces a concept in that book that he calls mystics, relating to Amish people. The idea that in the future, humanity will have to intentionally roll back certain technologies because ultimately it would be too harmful to go forward with them. Do you think that is a valid way to look at the future?
No.
I know, right? Not at all.
It reeks of the attitude that people have had forever in the presence of technology. That, oh, it's going too fast, we won't be able to catch up with it, it's gonna be the death of us all, we're all gonna die. They said, oh, the population explosion is gonna outstrip the food. No one is saying, maybe science will figure out how to make more food on less land with fewer farmers than ever before. Has anyone considered that possibility? Apparently not, but that's what's happening now. Anyone who is starving in the world, it's not because the world does not have enough food, which was the prediction made by the doomsday people about the food and population, one outstripping the other. I find it unconvincing, but maybe I have to see the movie, or sorry, read the book.
We'll wait till the movie comes out. Neil, why'd you choose all this food?
Until you put the 2 slivers of anchovies on my Caesar salad, all the food we're eating today does not require the death of any animals.
Interesting. Have you gone full vegetarian?
Not in the least. But if I'm gonna die, I don't need to take any animals with me. I've been an omnivore my whole life. The least I can do on my last meal is give them all a hall pass. So I can still enjoy the meal and not kill any animal in this, except the tiny little anchovy that you slivered.
That was brutal. That was disgusting.
That was. No,
4 anchovies died for this middle meal. Neil, for the final course of your final meal on Earth, whether you get hit by a bus or you get E. coli from our show, you did sign the waiver. We have the blueberry pie with whipped cream. We have a strawberry malted milkshake. And then we have the Chateau d'Yquem Sauternes. Can I pour you up some Sauternes?
Oh, please.
You know, you are the 3rd guest on Last Meals to request Sauternes for their last meal.
But did the others request Chateau d'Yquem?
No, they did not, and I'm really curious to hear why.
You don't have to hear it. Your palate will tell you.
Third glass, y'all. You'll feel it good right now. Let's be real. 3rd glass.
Wow. He was feeling it.
Were there to be a nectar of the gods, it would be this.
Nectar. Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
God damn, that is wonderful though.
Yeah.
Tell me about the blueberry pie.
I like a really good
Good
apple
motherfucker.
pie, but there's some apple pies that just don't make it for me.
Yeah.
Whereas I rarely have a bad blueberry pie. So I want to just
Bro, I didn't
beat
have
the
a
odds
blueberry
here
pie in a long time,
and
bro.
order a blueberry pie. And I like blueberries. My wife picked she's raised in Alaska, and they're wild blueberry plants. And so I have a long-standing relationship with blueberries.
Hold on, y'all. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Okay, wow. Okay, he don't got a sister, Alice Young. Okay, who is that? Alice Young. What y'all? Okay, all right. Hey, as long as my bro happy, man, fuck it. I mean, a man in that field is hard to get a. Could have got a sister, but all right. I met his wife in physics class. Yeah, I guess. All right, well, fuck. That's cute though. I'm happy for him, man. W. He's happier than me.
I think they're so. They're my
Alice
favorite
Young,
part
that's
of
beautiful.
blueberry. You ever peeled a blueberry?
No, who has that time? Who has that time of the world?
Apparently I do, and you never get out. So now I have to explain. So
Peel the blueberry.
it is completely colorless on the inside.
That's
Oh,
facts.
interesting. Like actually?
Yep.
I mean, like
I said completely colorless, and you're saying actually?
I mean,
Okay.
Let me narrow my question here. Is it
It's
more
very,
translucent
very-
than the skin would belie?
It is very pale green, on a level where you wouldn't even say it had color.
Gotcha. Cool. So like scientifically not color.
So all the color is in the skin. And if you had blueberry pancakes and you see where the blueberries were, and you say, oh, wait a minute, the blueberry broke open and it's blue on the inside, before you cooked it, the blue that was in the skin and the inside was just the fruit. So blueberries are kind of interesting that way. For me.
I think the most
so
interesting
you
part is
could-
that they're not blue at all. There's almost no naturally occurring blue foods out there. We have some species of algae, of course.
We have blue corn.
We have blue corn is purple actually. If you actually soak
Blue
it
to
in
me.
water.
Oh, soak it in water. Who soaks
Well,
their blue tortillas in water?
Actually, if corn was not initially soaked in lime water, Neil, do you know that all of the Mesoamerican civilizations couldn't have existed?
I was going to comment on the corn at the beginning, but you didn't ask me. We just went through it.
Damn it.
Oh,
Neil, why do you
man.
love corn?
Okay, thank you.
I thought I asked.
Because these ears of corn are, oh my gosh, not found anywhere in nature. They are products of science, and they've basically been genetically modified from their original stock. You see cobs in caves where our cave ancestors lived, and they're this big.
Yeah.
And we said, that's too small. So we said, let us crossbreed. In the old days, that's what they did. Now we just do it in a lab. But let's crossbreed, and they kept doing it. The corn got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's not.
How do you crossbreed a plant? Do you like bury them like? I don't fucking know. Do you like connect the seeds somehow or?
Sweet enough, crossbreed it with a
Let me know
sweet
down
one.
below.
Now it's sweet and big, and everyone said, "I love my natural corn." There's nothing natural about it. In fact, in a grocery store, hardly anything exists that existed that way in the wild.
Damn.
And so people just don't understand that. The anti-GMO people, do you have any idea what you're eating in this world? It's all been modified. Heirloom tomatoes. Yeah, go find the wild heirloom tomato plant growing in. Go find the herd of wild milk cows. So for me, the corn was a testament to the role of outsmarting nature to serve our palate. And that's why I wanted to begin it with corn. It was, I'm a scientist. How am I going to get my bit of science in the food? Let's throw down with corn on a big old corn on the cob.
But it is kind of funny because drink the milkshake. Drink the milkshake. It's getting warm. Slancha.
Right. Slam it.
So,
W
I think about this often. If I'm going to go 9 months to Mars, that's about how long it takes.
9 months.
And I can only bring 2 foods. What would I bring? It would be New York pepperoni pizza.
Okay.
And strawberry malted milkshake. I didn't choose the pizza tonight because it has pepperoni in it, and you have to kill animals for that. And this is a non-kill animal, no kill animal zone.
You would rather have no pizza at all than a pepperoni-less pizza.
Niggas ain't even take the bite from the pie yet. Nah, come on.
Yes.
You could have gotten cheese, a plain, as you call it.
No, I'm talking about going to Mars. I want the pepperoni on it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if you add up the calories and the fat, carbohydrates, protein.
That's actually how.
I don't do drugs or anything. With a vitamin every now and then.
That's what the malt powder's for. That's actually how I knew that you knew ball when it comes to food, was the malt in the milkshake.
Yep.
Listen, I don't do drugs or anything. I'm like the cleanest person you've ever met.
Not even on your last meal?
Nigga does drink.
Spiked everything with the LSD meal. We're going to the moon.
No, because our brain barely works. Just think about it. How wrong we often are about some life experience that's just not how it happened. Now you want to stir chemicals into
it. Don't do drugs.
So that what? It works even less. So no, I want to be fully aware when I die. What started this was drugs. When I consume malt, I have to just pause. And I'm wondering, is that what people feel when they take drugs? I don't know. I honestly have never done drugs my entire life.
Me neither.
I've been.
Yo, you want me to answer?
Well, I'm just wondering because the malt just moves into my bloodstream.
It's like good music too.
And I just want to pause.
Bro. Oh man.
And say nothing and hear nothing for at least
maybe a good
minute.
Smoke sesh.
So I can.
Who knows? Comment down below,
you hear
y'all.
the doors start playing. We're going through to the.
It's almost like a drug for me, is what I'm saying.
I drank the whole milkshake.
Whoa!
It was like a drug to me.
Whoa!
That's the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
This is why I would take it to Mars.
As you should.
Blueberry.
Do you think you'll get to Mars? Do you think you can do it?
She said.
Nobody's going to Mars unless there's a geopolitical reason to do so.
Right.
I can think of several. Yeah. Elon wants to go to Mars. We're not going to Mars. Let's go to Mars. There'll be 2 planets. That's not happening unless it's a vanity project. He's got enough money. He's got $500 billion.
Yeah.
He plus some combination of Bezos can get to Mars as a vanity project. But I'd be pissed off if I were an investor in SpaceX and he's using his resources that way because there's no return on that investment.
Yeah.
So it's a vanity project. How are we going to get to Mars? China says, we want to put military bases on Mars. We're in Mars in 9 months.
Yeah.
But NASA doesn't have a vessel that'll do it.
Yeah.
Guess what? Elon has a vessel that'll do it.
Yep.
So if we ride Elon's rockets to Mars, it's because tax money paid for it.
And even like the commercial application of going to the moon in '69 was to beat
or if we find oil on Mars.
global communism, so then we can move Pizza Hut into East Berlin in 1995.
Well, no.
I mean, if you,
McDonald's.
but actually, if you
McDonald's.
track it, right? I mean, that's kind of why we did it.
No, we did it because we wanted to show the world the path of freedom over the path of tyranny. And that's a direct quote from a Kennedy speech.
Yeah.
And we can tell ourselves, oh, we're Americans, it's in our DNA, it's a beautiful thing. Let's go to, we can say that and remember it that way, but that's not what caused it. And so that's why in 1972 we looked over our shoulder, no Russians, we're done.
Right.
We're done here.
Lame.
We're going back now with Project Artemis. Why are we going back now? We didn't stay there in 72.
Yeah.
We didn't go back in 80, 1990, 2000, 2010. Why not?
Crazy word.
China says they want to go back to the moon. So now we're going back to the moon. We're being reactive, not proactive.
Right.
Anyhow, so there you have it. Oh, and let me serve you.
Thank you so much.
You know the German word for whipped cream?
Schlag?
The best word ever.
The best word
You
ever.
want some schlag?
I like crème chantilly, the French word.
No, that's too.
Crème chantilly.
Wussy.
Ouais, non, c'est
Crème
vrai,
chantilly.
monsieur.
Yeah, Monsieur Clem Chantilly and Schmog. Which I like more, Clem Chantilly or Smog? Both sound gross to me.
You know the German word for whipped cream?
Schlag?
The best
Schlag.
word ever.
The best word
You
ever.
want some schlag?
I like crème chantilly, the French
Crème
No,
word.
that's too.
Crème chantilly.
What's it?
Ouais, non, c'est
That-
vrai,
that's whist-
monsieur nul.
No, I need more
Yeah.
schlag. That was a schlag.
That was a
I just slogged your.
Yo, I'm a slog somebody, bitch.
We're slogging over it. We're thwapping on a
You want to slog all up in that? Okay.
slog.
There you go.
This is
Okay.
Ooh, that motherfucker look good.
all of this space travel, all of this food. This is all framed by the fact that we are born and then one day we die, and we have a lot of people. Oh, thank you so much. A lot of people with means, billionaires,
Neil getting a little lit now. Y'all saw that little spell.
ultra high net worth individuals who are trying to prolong life indefinitely.
Neil.
And I think they're making at least a little bit of progress in prolonging life. I know there's something called like escape velocity in terms of longevity, where if you can just keep prolonging your life 1 year by 1 year, eventually you will get to a point where science will have progressed so much that in theory, everlasting life.
No, 1 year per year is escape velocity.
Correct, yeah.
So if you prolong it 1 year every 2 years, and then as time moves on, it's 1 year every year and a half. The moment it hits 1 year every year, that's escape velocity. Yes.
If given the choice between everlasting life and dying, purely as a hypothetical exercise, what would you choose?
Death.
Why?
Now maybe on my deathbed I give you a different answer.
Sure.
I've come to recognize in myself, especially given my advanced years, that knowledge I'm going to die gives meaning to every day that I'm alive. It gives purpose. It gives focus. If you live forever, why finish anything today when you can finish it tomorrow?
Damn right.
Also, if you're going to live
Mortality.
forever, you would never cross the street.
That's right.
If you live forever, you're going to die of some accident.
Yeah.
Think about that. You will die of an accident, not of natural causes, if you live forever.
When that bus just sneaks up from behind you and takes you out.
The 80-mile-an-hour bus, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie that kept going fast? The bus went fast.
Speed.
Speed.
Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock. When your mother passed away, I believe she was 92 years old.
No, 2 days before her 95th birthday.
This was your
I
95th
count her as
birthday.
95 in my actuarial tables.
But she was a practicing gerontologist.
Yeah, she was a housewife with a high school degree by prior arrangement with my father through empty nest, mostly empty nest. And then she went back to school, studied gerontology, got a master's, and then worked for the feds and administered money to nursing homes and programs. So yeah, and my father was active in the civil rights movement, and I'm their son, the astrophysicist. I mean, that was just a little, but they kept me anchored in fundamental and important ways.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons your work means so much to me, and I think to so many other people, is that you do take all this from the heavens and you do distill it down into people very, very well.
I know.
You need to wait for the movie for Seven Eves to come out.
Is there another
realistic
course?
to think affects me like chemically.
Someone
In fact, I know.
thought you were going to talk about corn again. Neil, who's the one person, dead or
yo.
alive, you'd want to share your actual last meal with?
I've recreated in my head what a conversation with Isaac Newton would be like. After a minute of it, I'm so frustrated, I just want to send him back to where he came from.
Oh Lord.
I said, "Hi, Newton, welcome." He says, "Oh, what are those things outside?" I said, "Oh, those are horse-drawn carriages, but without the horses." "Well, how do they move?" "Oh, well, we use gasoline." "What's gasoline?" This is stuff nobody knew about in 1686. Okay, and then who knows? At the end of it, he might say, "Oh, who owns you?"
Oh Lord.
At which point, he said, "Get the out of here, Isaac."
Yeah, most people
owns
just
you?
choose their spouse. Yeah,
Sorry,
it's a safe choice, you know.
did a curse word there.
What song do you want to be played at your funeral?
"Come Sail Away" by Styx. That song is about an alien abduction.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, sick. You were born on October 5th.
Yes.
What's the most Libra thing about you?
Wow. The most Libra thing? I have to know what Libras are like. I don't know.
Well, it's whatever you are.
I don't, it has scales. The most Libra thing about me, here it is. The two brightest stars in the constellation Libra have the longest names of any named star in the sky. That's the most Libra thing about me.
That's very Libra.
Don't you want to know what those names are?
What are they?
Zubin El Janubi and Zubin Esh Shamali.
Sounds sexy. Like Schlag.
And I'm betting most Libras don't know that.
What's your biggest fear?
I fear that the human intellect is insufficient to completely comprehend the universe. and we're just sort of clawing at the side of an elephant, not realizing that it's an elephant. And I will quote Isaac Newton. I'm going to mangle this quote, but you'll get the sense of it. It's, sometimes I imagine I'm just a little child.
Yo, those 3, 4 drinks, maybe 5 drinks is beating his ass right now. Nigga poured like up two glasses of that. Whatever the fuck they call it, the fancy shit.
A little boy on a seashore, picking up one shell and one rock because it's shinier than the next, while the great ocean of undiscovered truths lay before me.
Wow.
As brilliant as he was, he's wondering whether it's just a drop in the bucket.
Finally, Neil, are you happy?
Based on conversations I've had with many people, I'm one of the happiest people I've met.
Oh, okay.
It's all relative.
There's some unhappy people out there.
Yeah.
Neil, this is the pleasure of a lifetime, dude. Truly, if you want to deliver your last words to that camera right there.
I remain insatiably curious in life and in death.
Hard. Drop the mic on his ass.
Cheers. Everyone.
Oh,
Check
sixth glass. It's 6th glass, y'all. Jesus Christ. Or that might be the 4th. Let's go with 5. Yeah. Anyway, y'all, like, subscribe, and comment. Follow my Twitch and YouTube bio below. We're streaming right now. But yeah, anyway, see you later. Tracking balls. Hey.